Ball fed towards the edge of the Wrexham area. It's held up well by Hurst, but Wrexham keep tight to him. Scar stepping out. Nunez then. Poor touch by him. Wrexham win it back. Dobson, good idea. Chipping it down the left flank. Hardy looking to use his pace, but O'Shea will just get there first, and he manages to turn away from Hardy. Great tackle by Hardy, throwing. O'Shea goes down holding his shin.
That's a free kick. Referee's given.
It'll waste a bit more time. We've got 30 seconds left. No, he's saying throw in. As Broadhead pressing from the throw, which is naturally taken as quickly as possible. Furlong drills down the line. Another big header by Hyam. James now working it wide. McLean feeds it for O'Brien. Free kick to Wrexham, and with 14 seconds left, that's what we want to see. A chance to kill time and then maybe have the last play of the game into the box.
Well, it's absolutely last chance, isn't it? But there's definitely some tired legs out there at the moment. Worked so hard, this Wrexham team.
The Wrexham fans making noise behind McLean, who's been excellent in his return to the first team. Sweeps it in nastily, headed away. Now then, Clark. And there is the final whistle. The first time Wrexham have played at Portman Road. The first time Wrexham and Ipswich have ever played in a league match. And we get a very impressive goalless draw away from home. Ipswich complaining, Clark saying he should have given them a chance to come forwards. But the fact of the matter is, again, Wrexham have shown we are very hard to break down. Although in the second half, they did get at us more. Okonkwo made a couple of important, if unorthodox, saves in the second half. And Wrexham had their opportunities, not least right at the end of added time, when O'Brien's pass was an inch short of sending Hardy one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah, this feels like a big point away from home against the side that many are tipping to be right up there, and probably just on the brink of really just clicking into that real form that leaves you at the top of this championship division. It's a really strong Ipswich side, and there's not many that'll come here and get anything, never mind a point and a clean sheet. So Wrexham need to be really proud of that performance, because they've worked so hard. Yes, maybe a few questions can be asked in terms of those chances made further forward, but without Kiefer Moore, it's always going to be difficult to try and gel. The likes of Sam Smith, Ryan Hardy coming in. So I think that's a performance, like I say, that those boys can be really proud of, and it sends those Wrexham fans home with something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a really dogged performance to come away. That's 2 draws and a loss with the 3 teams that have come down out the Premier League for away from home. That's a brilliant return for us, coming up and going up against it. Ipswich in really good form, and we've been able to just really keep them to a couple of, it's the McAteer chance, isn't it? If you look at McAteer chance, if you look back at it, that's the one that they will rue, that chance. But Wrexham have really stood up and been counted today, and it's like Mir said, it's a really good point, and we move on, and that's last 10 games, 11 games, you know what I mean? We only lost 1 and only conceded 10 in those 11. We look like we have got a real good base and a foundation to springboard now.
On the back of obviously the international break as well, we saw after the October one against Stoke, we came out a little bit sluggish. That wasn't the case today. So right up for it from the start. I'd pick out James McLean as someone who really shone for me today. Just did everything that was asked of him. Real experienced pro, which is what you want from those who maybe find themselves on the fringes this season. But when called upon, obviously with Alexa Kabore picking up that injury, Kakache we've seen pick up a few niggles so far this season. We need these boys who are waiting in the wings to come in and be ready. And that's what James McLean has shown again today, that experience just shining on through.
But you look at the people that we've left at home today, and to come away to Ipswich who are going well, you know, Kakache, Moore, Ward, Brunt, Kabore, Rodriguez, Cannon. There's a lot of players that are left at home that you would have said would go into our team and make us better maybe. But the lads, like Mir says, McLean led from the front, captain's performance, and they've stood up and been counted, and it just shows that our depth in squad is really good.
And I mean, Ipswich are obviously a strong side with a lot of strength and depth. They made changes and brought real quality on, which livened them up front. But to be fair, our changes had an impact. Matty James did well in the middle of the pitch. Broadhead against his old team looked very lively indeed. Hardy nearly got onto that ball by O'Brien. we've got the players who can make alterations to the pattern of a match as well. And near the end, we got a couple of set pieces in the box that Ipswich didn't deal with completely convincingly.
No, I think you could tell, obviously, we were under the cosh for moments in that game, and we weren't quite at it today in terms of that midfield at times, and maybe Longman a couple of moments where just not quite got the head up and had a look what's in front of him, and maybe just been a bit scrappy with that ball, that first ball in after retrieving possession. So that's an area that they'll look to work on, and obviously just looking at the stats now, 0 shots on target. You want to cause Ipswich more of a threat going forward, of course you do, but come away with it with a clean sheet and a point, like we say. It's huge in this division. Haven't seen the final scores in the other games yet, but again, it's progress, isn't it?
Oh, exactly. I put it to you both that the two teams that are sort of needed a few games to settle in, but now look most likely to drive up the table are us and Ipswich, because we look to be very cut from similar cloth to them in many ways.
Yeah, and with all the striking prowess that Ipswich did have, I don't think they didn't do enough to win the game for me. That you will normally associate an Ipswich team with being very, very fluent and movement and chances and playing in behind teams in little triangles on the edges of the box, and we didn't really see that today. And even with the changes that they made, the 5 in the forward positions, didn't change it that much that they started to carve us open. And I think that's credit to the back three. They've been really solid since they've come together. And Okonkwo at the back behind them, he's obviously sending them a lot of confidence at the moment. It's a bit different, some of the saves he's made today, but it still stops it going in his net, so who cares?
Well, he made that great save when the shot was wobbling in the air from Philogen and might have got deflected, and he stopped it with his torso. And then just on our monitors now we're seeing the second one, which is a hell of a good save, where Akbom clearly handled the ball. Amazingly the ref didn't give it, and he managed to get across and smother. Also, there was a good shot by Egley, which skimmed the bar. And then there was the big moment, really. I totally agree. I don't think Ipswich have made enough chances to say they could deserve to win it. And your description of the usual Ipswich fluency just tells me that you're missing Eric Gates, I reckon. But the big chance was right at the end. Casey McAteer from a free kick in by Davis, which keeper had a header close range and goal, which is blocked by Hyam, but it just sat up for McAteer. Great chance, and he just slashed it over the bar from very close range. That was the chance, wasn't it, really?
It was, and I believe it's Casey McAteer's birthday as well today, so he'll be very disappointed that he hasn't got on the score sheet, because when you first saw it, it looked a bad one, and then on the replay, it looks even worse. He was so close in, really, and to just not even hit the target, so disappointing for a player of his quality. But again, speaks to Wrexham's quality as well, the fact we restricted this really powerful, strong Ipswich attacking side to very little.
It just showed the replay of it now. Oh, it's on his stronger foot. He's just
come off the wrong side of the boot and
yeah,
flown wide, and he'll be wondering how he's missed that as well.
I reckon at his house right now, they're wrapping his piece of birthday cake in kitchen paper and giving it to somebody to take home. He's
the dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Can dogs eat birthday cake?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure. Not chocolate, anyway.
Exactly. That's exactly right. If in doubt, everyone, don't give dogs cake. And if you learn nothing else from this broadcast, please take that on board.
Yeah, I've just watched those highlights there. There are probably more shots than I remember in the game for Ipswich, but there is no real clear-cut opportunity, and they don't really cause Okonkwo any problem, bar the couple from Philogene. So I think a point is a fair result. I think Ipswich obviously were disappointed with the amount of possession that they had not to get a winner, but I think Wrexham can be really pleased with their afternoon's work.
Absolutely. A point at Ipswich, of course, last year in the Premier League. Another clean sheet, another impressive away performance, and Wrexham are settling rather nicely into this championship malarkey. As always, it's been a pleasure to bring the game to you all. Thanks for watching or listening. And so with a final score of Ipswich Town 0, Wrexham 0, we've been Mark Griffiths, Mia Roberts and Andy Morrell from Wrexham AFC.